What's happening? It's another ridiculous MPG-O-Matic live stream. Today's topic is, would you buy a cop car? Now, I've never bought a cop car, but I've been thinking about it for a while. Honestly, I've been thinking about it for a while. There's one thing that got me going, and it happened in New York. Queens, to be exact. I don't have the link for you right now. I can find it, and I'll post it in the description later on. But I've always wanted to drive a cop car, and I finally had the opportunity a few years back in Queens at Citi Field when Ford introduced the new Interceptor, right? The Taurus-based Interceptor. And they had us drive the new Interceptor against the old Interceptor, the Crown Vic, the classic Crown Vic Interceptor. And I shot a video. I got to go look to find the actual address for you so you can watch it maybe after this. They had autocross courses set up, 2 autocross courses set up. It was so much freaking fun. It was awesome. It made me feel like, man, I'm old, but I should have been a cop when I was young, because I'd be retired by now. I'd have a big fat pension, and probably I'd be gigantic from eating all, the donuts and everything. But yeah, driving that Interceptor, the new one versus the old one around the autocross course, just got me thinking, this might be kind of cool. What if I bought one of these? And there are tons of Crown Vics out there. I mean, there's like a jillion Crown Vics out there, and they're used now a lot as taxis because they come out of the police fleets and then they get used as taxis, and people use them for all kinds of stuff as their family cars. But for me, the Crown Vic, it just stands out too much because everyone associates that with cop car, right? They see that, it's like, you're driving a cop car. And I wanted something a little more stealth than that. A little more stealthy than the Crown Vic. The Panther platform, mighty platform, fast, right? It handles pretty well for what it is, inexpensive to maintain. But it's got connotations, right? I want something that's a little more mainstream. So for me, my favorite probably is the Charger. I think that's one of the most badass looking cop cars ever made, the Dodge Charger. And then there are also the Ford Interceptor. You gotta play those off. So gonna check in and see where everyone's from. Boca de Major is from California. Greetings from New Jersey, where we got snow on the ground. Snow, man. Dan Condo is from New Brunswick, Canada, bringing people in from all over the place. And Lee Rouge is from New York, and he's asking, what kind of car should a college student buy? You should buy a safe car, man. Number 1, you should buy a safe car. Number 2, you should buy a reliable car. And number 3, you should buy a car that's inexpensive to run and insure. So you got to look at what are the insurance costs on whatever it is, because one car could vary very differently from another, man. The car you love might be too expensive to insure. You're spending hundreds of dollars a month on insurance. A college student should buy a G35 if you got money. A G35 is a nice choice. Let's get back to the cop cars here. So, yeah, I'm looking like, man, where could I buy a cop car from? A Toyota Yaris. That's efficient. It's certainly efficient. Your friend's going to be a little bit cramped in the back seat, though. But gas mileage is excellent. So, where do you go to find a cop car? The first place you could go is you could go to Craigslist. So I'm going to just pull the monitor around to the screen here, and we're going to go to Craigslist. So if you're looking for cop cars on Craigslist, you're going to go to Cars and Trucks, and you're going to just search for Interceptor. taking a while to load. I got to apologize for that. Blame it on Comcast. Blame it all on Comcast. So any specific recommendations for a college car? So, are you going to college someplace where it's warm or someplace where it's cold? Is snow a consideration in the wintertime? Right? Because if snow is a consideration in the wintertime, then you probably should look for something with an all-wheel drive that's affordable. So I'm on Craigslist now, and I'm just going to type in Ford Interceptor. And you're going to see some stuff pop up. All right, here's one in Forked River. Little beat up. Runs and drives great. He's asking $2 grand for it. A 2006. He does not mention the number of miles. Oh, there we go. 151. 151's not too bad. $2 grand. New York, baby. So in the city, you're driving in the city, and you're going to school in the city. You really need a car? Because it's expensive, man. You know, I mean, maybe you got money. I don't know, but just parking a thing is gonna be tough. Here's one, 1999. It only has 60,000 miles on it. It's got the big bars. This is at a dealer in Deptford, New Jersey, which is down in South Jersey, I think. Oh, what did he say? It's originally marked 5,995 on the window, but he's got 1,895 in the listing. This is a CNG car. This is pretty freaking unique. Okay, so if you happen to have a CNG source around, compressed natural gas, this is one rare car, a CNG Crown Vic. They made them, man. Pretty cool. So you're out in Westchester, so that's good, right? You're in Westchester, but your school is in Manhattan. Are you looking to drive into Manhattan? You got parking space, or are you commuting, like public transit? Obviously, that's the best way to get in. Obviously, look at that natural gas police interceptor. I've never seen this ever before. This is really pretty cool. Wow. If I had 1895 and a supply of compressed natural gas, I might buy this one. So you can go to Craigslist and you can look for stuff. You would enter Interceptor, Crown Vic. Those are your search terms. Or you could go to eBay. Now the secret with looking for police cars on eBay, you got to know how to play it and how to search. You can search marquee by marquee, right? Charger, Crown Vic, Impala, or you could go to the super secret page that many people don't get to see. Here's what you do: you go to cars and trucks, and you're shopping by category. You go to the collector's cars page, and on the collector's cars page, there's a listing down here just for police cars. Most folks don't know that. You get a lot of respect from other drivers and they think you're cops, so everyone slows down when they see you, and they move over. So if you're cruising up the left lane, they're going to slow down and move over. If they got any brains, you give them a little toot from the horn, they're going to move over. And there's the other point, Dave. They keep them in great shape also. They service them. It's not like somebody that buys a car and doesn't service it. So if we go to the listing here, right now there's 100 listings. 100 listings on eBay for cop cars. That's pretty cool. Lots of them out there. You know, you want to search for your distance to where you are, right? But they're not expensive. They're cheap to fix. They hold up really well. These are great cars, man. Crown Vic is a great car. Hey, Pedro, what's happening? So Pedro says, around these parts, old police Crown Vics go to taxi service and they end up as homie-ho carriers and then they die. Okay. All right. Look at this one, man. This one's pretty nice looking. This is priced pretty high. But, you know, the problem is when you get these, like a bull bar, that's kind of fun to have, right? But you don't really want to be driving around with the spots on there. Driving around with the spots is like, I don't know. Yeah, there's a close-up of the spot. Look at that. You really want to take those off, I think. Otherwise, people are definitely going to think you're a cop. And the other tip-off for a cop car is the little pie plates, right? The tiny little hubcaps. That is one mean-looking car. Now imagine that with a nice set of wheels on it. It's cool, man. There's plenty of room in the back. Plenty of room in the back. This one is a flex fueler, so if you live someplace in the country where the 85 is cheaper, you can run some blend of that. And you can maybe get more performance out of it if you have a tune. Yeah, downside is they're a bit thirsty on gas. Definitely. These Crown Vics, for sure. For sure. So we'll come up to that. We'll come up to that. They're fun to drive, man. Oh, Cameron, you hit it, man, but they're not out there yet. They're not out there. The Chevy SS cop cars are not out there yet. They're gonna be, though. They're gonna be. And maybe that's a sweet spot once they're available. So this one's kind of unique because it has a cloth rear seat. A lot of the times they'll have like a vinyl rear seat. This has cloth, and if you look at the floor, you got a rubberized mat. You don't have carpet. So if your friends are into vomiting, or if you have a dog that pisses all over, it's fast and easy to clean up. It looks hideous, though. This is a clean car, but it's expensive. This is pretty high. So you see over here, he's got the thing for the spot. That, to me, is all got to come out. Nice looking car. It's a little chewed up there. Clean engine, man. This is really nice. Only 66,000 miles on it. So there you have. There's a super clean example of a Crown Vic. All right, and that's going to be the most common of these, right? Because there's so many out there. eBay got 100 listings right now for the Crown Vic Police Interceptor. Very few other vehicles. Now here's a Charger. Now we're getting into some Chargers. And the cool thing about the Charger is that the ones that are a little bit newer are equipped with the Pentastar for a V6 or possibly a Hemi, right? It depends on how it was bought, how it was outfitted, the town, the municipality that bought it. This one's got the spots on it. This is going to be your major problem right here, down in here. When they rip out all the electronics, it leaves a big ass ugly hole. Not very attractive there, right? And then boom, they might pull the whole console thing out. This one has a vinyl back seat. And this guy looks like is that the, we'll look at the listings. Is that a Hemi? Cops missed the Crown Vic, hate the Charger and the SUVs. Charger brakes wear out too soon. Yeah, don't know about that. All depends on how you drive. So this one is a Hemi. This one is being sold directly by the city of Bedford. They're offering a 2009 Dodge Charger police package for public online auction. 124,000 miles, body's in fair condition, interior's in fair condition, no center console. Driver's door needs repaired. There's a crack near the hinge bolts. It was maintained in-house by their mechanic. All records come with sale of the vehicle. So this is up in Bedford, Ohio, $7,100. And bingo, Cameron, you hit it. You hit on the key there, on the key to some of these cars that are starting to show up. This one is rear-wheel drive, but they did sell them as all-wheel drives. So you can get an all-wheel drive Charger, you can get an all-wheel drive Ford Interceptor. And that's what's super cool. You can have an all-wheel drive sedan. Maybe in a Charger's case, it's got a Hemi. Or in the Interceptor's case, It may, I think it either has the, I'm not sure about this. I gotta check into it. Might either have the naturally aspirated V6 or it might have an EcoBoost V6. And those EcoBoosts haul ass. Check out this one. 2012. They are only asking $12,600, right? $12,595. This is at Asia Motors in Stone Park, Illinois. These guys seem to have a lot of cop cars, I think. I've been looking at the listings. It's got 36 people watching this car. You know, maybe they're going to make an offer or they're just watching to see. This is not auction. It's just to buy it now for $12,500. Nice looking car. Let's see if he's got pictures down here. It's got the 3.6 Pentastar, which the 3.6 Pentastar can be pretty fuel efficient. And if you get one that's flex fuel, it can be tuned. Could be pretty quick. It's not super sleepy because again, people are gonna, you know, is it a cop car? I don't know. These look great. The back seats are not as big as the Crown Vics. But again, imagine that with a set of tires. This interior is not bad. So far. Looks like it's cloth. And there's that carpets in the back. Interesting. Nice. Let's just take a look at the specs on this one. This is the 6-cylinder. It's the V6 Pentastar. Rear wheel drive. Pretty nice. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Pedro says, I wonder if the Taurus police cars are going to be as durable as a Crown Vics. I doubt it. That's the common thought, that they're not going to be. So here's what you really don't want. Well, this is what I wouldn't want. I would not want a black and white. And this one's got the lights and everything. I don't know. Go down to Cocoa, Florida. Hey, Pedro, why don't you pick this up for your next car? It's down in Cocoa, Florida. I think it's only $3,000. It looks pretty clean. It does look like a taxi. I would just, you know, maybe you could paint the white yellow, and bang, you're a taxi. Just plaster dip the whole thing. Big blue lights. Cocoa Beach. Oh, look, it's still got some of the stuff in there.
Hey, you, on the motorcycle.
Whoa, hey, wait, let's go back. You definitely want that for your, taxi. What did you call it? What did you call that taxi? You want that for the taxi. You want the roll bar with the glass window in there, for sure. Plexi window, whatever it is. Cameron says the police Interceptor with a naturally aspirated engine has all-wheel drive. Let's go back and look for one of those. See if any of those are up. Here's one right here. 2015. 14 miles. That's a lot of, 24,000. Automatic, 6-cylinder. Does not say whether it's all-wheel drive or not. The auto check score is really low. There's something wrong with it. Now he's got one of these things. I gotta go with this. Sitting on a dealership floor. Take a look at it. The interior does have the vinyl floor, the rubberized floor. This one hasn't been driven. I wonder why it's rated so low. Interesting. No, there's no 4-cylinder Crown Vics. No, but it would be pretty cool. Maybe you could stuff like a Cummins engine in there. Like a Ford, what do they call it? The Ford BT. Maybe you could stuff it in there. Here's a classic one, a Crown Victoria LTD. A classic, one of the oldies. Huh? That looks like it's straight out of this one looks like it's straight out of an old cop show. I kind of like this one. So now if you're rolling that, that's something you could take to a car show. because that's a classic LTD. And it's got a big V8. It's got an MSD cap on there. Yeah, look at the size of that tack. It's always good when there's a big tack, man. Gotta have a big tack. So this was like a, I don't know what, a chief's car, a detective's car. He's got gauges. So this guy's definitely, it's a sleeper, man. Look how big and luxurious that is. I like that. This is my kind of classic cop car. You can find paper says if you can find a fire department Crown Vic, it would not be abused like a police car. That would be quite a find. They're out there, man. They're out there. So this is in Conroe, Texas. It's an 82 Crown Vic. 28 people are watching. The guy's asking $7,500. So you're getting ready for where maybe the best place to find cop cars is, or one of the best places. See, any of these or most of these auctions, you're buying from someone who has bought it and they're reselling it. Oh man, this one I love. Now we're talking, man. This is my favorite, a Satellite. What year is this? 68 Satellite. This is cool. Huh? Come on, that's perfect. It's got the big
Hey, you on the motorcycle.
horn on the front because you need that to yell at the people in Marshall, wherever this is from. Well-preserved car, man. Look at that interior. This is nice. Yeah, baby. Cuff 'em! There's your cop right there. There's your partner, your sidekick. All right. 17 people watching, and people are starting to bid on it. I dig that one. So the cop car that I would not want, honestly, is the Impala. I would not want an Impala. The Impala is just the most snore-inducing cop cars. The old Impalas. Boring. Absolutely boring. Just not digging it. Not digging it at all. There's a clean-looking one. 21 people are watching this auction. I don't know why. They just are. It's from Chicago Motors. It's a clean car. Very clean. Would you buy this from Chicago Motors? I don't know. Nice, you know. All right, so the Impala would be okay. An Impala would be an okay car to have. Roomy, dependable, inexpensive to fix, fairly reliable, and not necessarily a total gas hog for what it is. As roomy as it is. This is a nice example. But would you buy it from these guys? I don't know. I don't know. Are you ready for where you should go to look for cop cars? You ready for the big deal? I've been wasting your time for half an hour already? All right, I'm going to tell you where you should go. Ooh, a Dodge Diplomat. Interesting. Expedition. A Camaro SS. Yeah, there's some weird stuff out there, man. How about this Camaro SS? This is in McHenry, Illinois, and he didn't give me any big pictures. There are Camaro cop cars out there. There are Mustang cop cars out there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. Why they did it, I don't know. They just did. Someone got the okay to buy a Camaro, so they did. Lots of Tahoes these days, right? Lots of SUVs. But you ready? I'm wasting your time. If you're really thinking about buying a cop car and you want to get the lowest price on it, this is where you want to look. You want to go to GSA Fleet Sales. It's autoauctions.gsa.gov. Your Uncle Sam wants to sell you a cop car. Now, this is the website for Government Services Administration. They sell somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000 cars every year. They auction them off. And the difference between the GSA and the auctions that you might be familiar with this. The GSA is a government auction. They will sell to everyone. Uncle Sam wants to sell directly to the public. Directly to the public. That holds the money down, right? Holds the cost down. Now, I've been to a few. I have never bought, but I've been to a few. I'm going to go to one. Hopefully, I'm going to go to another one this week. And I'm trying to get a feel for where the prices are. And my gut says that from having looked at and scored stuff as it's rolled across the line, it seems like things are going for trade-in value. So whatever the car is, it's going to sell on a block for what a dealer would pay for it as a trade-in. And you know what they do when you get a trade-in? They beat you out of as much money as they can, right? So it's kind of a low ball price. So what kind of cars do they have at a GSA auction? This is something I've wanted to cover for years, right? There's a lot of trucks. If you search by vehicle model, there's a whole lot of trucks. And right now it's the winter, so there aren't a whole lot of listings, right? Once we get into spring and summer, that's when they unload most of the cars. Over the winter, the auctions go down. But there's some interesting stuff in there in addition to the cop cars. We'll get into the whole deal on GSA auctions in a bit. That's going to be like part 2 of this. But just so that you can see, they're Hummers, right? You want to buy a Hummer H3? Your Uncle Sam wants to sell you one of these. Right now, Uncle Sam has 9 of these that are ready to go up on auction. 9 H3s. If that's your thing, man, if your thing is an H3, he's got 9 of them. We'll take a look at this one. A lot of these were used as promotional vehicles by the Marine Corps. So if we look at this one, it's got Marine Corps badging on it, and they were using for recruitment purposes. This one only has 74,000 miles on it, and it's going to go for auction in at Bel Air on the 18th of this month. So all around the country, there's GSA auctions all over the country. They're not in every state. I'll show you where they are in a minute. Let's go back to vehicle models. And just so that you can see, there are right now, there's the Chargers. There's 7 Chargers. Right? There's 7 Chargers. There's 17 Crown Vics. They have it listed as Crown Vic or Crown Victoria. And there's also, there'll be a lot of Impalas. They bought a lot of Impalas. There's 18 Impalas. So let's go and list those right now. And these first guys don't have any 42. So between the Crown Vics, the Chargers, and the Impalas, there's, oh, come on, go back. We just lost it. There's 42 of them. It's not giving us any images for some reason. So here's one that's near me that goes for sale later this month. 2011 6-cylinder. That's the Pentastar, and I don't believe it's all-wheel drive. I think it's rear-wheel drive. Looks pretty clean though. Now most of them are going to be in white. It only has 53,699 miles on it, which that's not much, right? For 2011, it's kind of almost like low miles. And the great thing is, if a Charger, it doesn't necessarily tell people that you're driving a cop car. You could change the wheels out, and it won't look coppy, and you get rid of the spotlight. Go take a look at the second page, see if there's any pictures. Their system's messed up. Why did it do this to me? Let's just go back and look at. Go back one more time. Let's look at Tahoes. So if you're looking for a Tahoe, right? If you want a gigantic SUV, a lot of these guys were used in the fleet. Right now, there's 17 of them up for auction. So I don't know if this is something you guys have ever seen before, but you want to go to autoauctions.gsa.gov and go and take a look at this, because Uncle Sam, man, he wants to sell you a big SUV, a cop car, a boring sedan. He's got tons of them, man. He wants to unload those, and he wants to get them to you at a decent price. Now, when you go there, you got to have your cash ready, or you got to, it's got to use a credit card. Well, not a credit card, a debit card. And then you buy it, and they set up a pickup time, and you bring it home. So we'll just take a look at this random one. We'll take a look at one. Right now there's also online auctions. You can bid now online. So here's a 2011 that's online, bid now, in Portland, Oregon, and it's a flex fuel truck. This was owned by the U.S. Park Service, a Park Ranger truck, 101,000 miles, which is for a 2011 is kind of high. Been driven, but it's been maintained. And so they have these online auctions. You can bid. I'm not sure how that works. I've been to the live auctions, and it's pretty cool. You generally held in the same place they hold regular commercial car auctions, but because it's a government auction, yeah, there's oh no, Pedro, let's look at Florida, man. There's 17 vehicles in Florida right now. There's a lot of trucks. There's a lot of trucks, man. F-150s, big box trucks, delivery trucks. There's a Fusion, 2011 Fusion. There's a Ranger. They're loading a lot of trucks in Florida right now. You wait a month or so, and once we get into spring, there'll be more auctions. And if I can get it together this week, I'm going to take a ride. I think Scranton is this week, so I'm going to go. You can look here by auction house. You can search by auction house, and where's the one in Scranton? What's that one called? The one in Conshohocken is Carriage Trade. I'll go by state again. I'm going to search by state. Pennsylvania, 67 cars are coming up. 67 vehicles. And Conshohocken is on the 22nd. And Scranton is this coming week on the 9th. So coming up this week in Scranton, there's a Charger in Conshohocken. And what else? Hold on, roll down here. Truck, Focus, Impala. Truck with a plow. Dodge Avenger, don't want that. Dodge Caravan, don't want that. There's a Hummer. Hummer coming up in Scranton. So I want to go. If I have time, if I can make it work this week. Scranton's it's a drive. It's at least a couple of miles out there and back. But if works out with his Prius, not going to use much gas to get there. Might be good for a long distance test. I got a Prius. I got to test the Prius now. I got to get off the computer and go out and test it and shoot it. Hopefully I get a sunset. Got to get it clean, which is never easy. Never easy when it gets cold. Now there's another Charger in Conshohocken. A lot of Equinox. If you want SUVs, like SUVs, most of what they buy are domestics, but they do buy some Hyundais and some other imports. Like here's a Hyundai Sonata. It's a smashed one. That one's smashed. Here's an Impala in Conshohocken. Another smashed Sonata hybrid. A smashed Fusion. These are not the cars generally GSA auction. So you got that, right? Let me go flip back here and go back to me. So you got that GSA auctions. I'm gonna hopefully, if I got time this week and I can use this Prius as my pony to ride out there, I'm gonna go take a look at it at the auction. I don't know. It looks like stuff sells around trade-in price, which means you can buy the cars for what the dealer buys them for. Right? And the dealer's going to sell it to you. He's going to mark it up and make a profit. He's going to fix things that are broken, right? But he's got to make a profit at it. They're maintained. Maybe you get a good deal. Here's the downside to the GSA auctions. You cannot drive the cars. You can start them, you can climb all over them, but you cannot drive them. You watch them go. You can watch them go from their parking spot into the lineup and then through the auction lane. You can't physically drive the car though. You can listen to it. You can look at the oil dipstick. You can, look at the air filter, whatever you want to do. Yeah, they won't have a starting bidding price unless it's an online auction. So if there's an online, then you can see. I'm not familiar with how that works exactly. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go drive. Gonna go drive now. Gonna go drive around in circles in this Prius. I've been getting some crazy numbers at it, but we just had more snow, so that messed it up for yesterday, and I'm kind of behind. I'm behind the 8 ball again. Watch next week for this thing to pop in. If I can make it happen, maybe I'll throw a teaser out there and say, hey, I just went to the GSA auctions, and I'm going to throw a video up there. But I'm not sure what the best time is for these live streams. Maybe it's Saturday around now, or maybe it's during the week. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take this one down. So you're watching this, and I'm going to post an edited version of it. Rather than just letting it go live, I'm going to take it down for a little bit until the edited version goes up. And then there won't be the dead space when you go back and watch it again. Thanks for stopping in. It's kind of fun doing these, and it's fast, and hopefully, we can share a bunch of information. I'm looking for better ways to do it, and for ways to bring other people in for these, so we have more of a conversation rather than just me yap, reading your comments, right? I want it to be more interactive, and I want to have more talking heads. Can't play any talking heads, though, because that would, I don't know, you got to pay royalty fees for that. Thanks for stopping in. Have an awesome weekend. Take it easy, whoever's still here. Pedro, Dave, Cameron. Who else was here? Everyone left. LaRouche, if you're still here. Hit more questions. What's a great car for a college kid? That's an excellent topic for excellent topic for discussion. So we're going to come back on that too. Catch you guys down the road.